Anthony on Air Podcast back for another episode. We continue to discuss the Gates divorce. Plus, there is some Ghislaine news. We'll let you know the latest. Most absurd thing Ghislaine has ever done, which is a pretty bold statement. Gas shortage, Chick-Fil-A shortage, also not on the board, but we'll get into lumber shortage. So we have a shortage section of the podcast on this episode. Liz Cheney ousted, Ellen leaving on her own, Texas to go booze, Jim Cramer farts on the air, Frankie Minaj. This is a wonderful jam-packed show. Hope you stay till the end. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, rate and review. Frankie C in the house. How you doing, my man?
Doing all right, my good friend. How we doing?
Two parts here to the Gates story. One is that the divorce, they say, second part's going to be juicier. First thing is, they say the divorce is not going to affect the amount of money that the children are going to inherit. This is a little bit of an older story. Do you know how much his children are expected to get?
I think each one gets $10 million.
$10 million. That's been his kind of thing since 10, 15 years ago when he came up with it, and he is sticking to it.
It's nothing to sneeze at, but it's a far cry from $130 billion. You think at least throw him a bill.
Which is such a weird thing, too, because his reasoning is like, we don't want to hand anything to them, but you're handing them $10 million. Like,
where's the rest going to go?
Like, they're going to give it away. They're going to give everything away to charity. Like, that was the goal.
Okay. Well,
which I think is an admirable thing to do, don't you think? Like, that's one of the things that I liked about the guy, you know?
Sure. Now, are they going to take over the company or whatever? He's out. He's been out.
I think he's maybe on the board, but he's not. He hasn't been in a CEO position in a long time.
Right.
Okay. In a long time.
So they're just getting 10 mil and the name Gates, and that's that.
And that's basically it.
That's way more than most people get. So
I was going to say that's a head start I would like to have, So I don't know if he's really accomplishing the goals that he's setting out to accomplish,
Right. Start asking Daddy for to use the car now.
Yeah.
While you can.
But on the other hand, this is, I hate to say this, but it's kind of true. This is could be a bit of a shock to them, a bit of a shock to their system, living the way that they're living. Going from billionaire lifestyle to here's 10 mil, that's that's an adjustment.
Yeah, but I think they're going to have whatever they have plus the here's $10 million. So it's not going to be like they're out on the street. Oh, here's 10 million. It's going to be like they're in there. It's going to be years from now when they're settled into their houses and they have their families. And then, oh, by the way, here's 10 million after I go. It's not going to be like they're starting from zero.
I don't know. He didn't say 10 million. He didn't say 10 million in a house. He just said 10 million.
But this is after he's gone. So this is going to be, after the kids are, married and whatever, starting their families, and they're going to be settled in and whatever, and then starting from there, here's 10 million.
If I were the Gates kids, I would start saving up that
Dogecoin.
That Dogecoin. Could you imagine, Dad? I blew 10 million on Dogecoin. Can I have another 10 million, please?
Yeah, maybe invest in Apple.
Yeah. No, if I was them, I would be saving that allowance, which leads me to my next question, which is, what do you think that Gates allowance is?
0.
You don't think they get an allowance?
No, I think they get whatever they need for whatever they need. I don't think it's like a set, here's your allowance for the week. I think it's, Dad, I need, my car needs a new car.
I picture...
my yacht needs a new helicopter. Give me that. And
see, I picture them making in a week what you and I make in a year. That's what I'm picturing. Like, that's their allowance.
I don't know if I don't think they get. I don't think it's like, well, here you go, son, and here you go. Here's your allowance. I think it's just they ask what they need and they get it when they need it.
Second part to this is, and here's what sucks about being wealthy, famous, whatever you want to say. Everybody starts ratting on you.
Oh, if you're a dick, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, people start talking when these kinds of stories start coming around. People start talking. Gates told his golfing buddies that he has been in a loveless marriage. That's how he described his relationship with Melinda to his golf pals long before the divorce was revealed publicly. New York Post learned from a source who said, quote, Bill did talk to his close friends on the golf course. He told them a while back that the marriage was loveless, that it had been over for some time, and they were living separate lives.
Well, I don't know if clones are able to feel love. I mean, is that a thing? Can they express human emotion?
Now you're taking a shot at the Q portion of our audience, which I take offense to.
No, if they're clones, they're clones. If they're not, they're not. But if they're clones, yeah, it's going to be loveless. There's no feeling there, maybe, or is that robots? Clones probably feel love.
I am surprised at the amount of people who claim that Gates and Biden and all these people are clones. I'm surprised by that.
It's really, I mean,
I'm having trouble with the logic because again, if you're going to go through the trouble of killing somebody, why clone them to keep control of them? I get that, but if you have the ability to eliminate somebody and clone them, wouldn't you be in a position to put yourself into some sort of power?
Also, if you can clone someone, doesn't that clone, I mean, I'm no expert on cloning, but wouldn't that clone start off as a baby?
I don't think so. That's not how it works. And I'm getting all my knowledge from the Michael Keaton movie Multiplicity. I think it's an exact copy from that moment.
Okay. So you get a copy. You're starting with a 45, 60-year-old clone.
Yes. I'm sticking with the multiplicity science on this one.
Give us something, you know what?
What do you want? What do you want, Frank? Right. MIT Journal of Medicine? Not here, buddy. Not going to happen on this show.
When Hollywood steps up and gives us a clone movie that we could go by, better than Multiplicity, then we'll look at that one. But for right now, 2002's Multiplicity is what we're going to have to do.
That's what we're doing. If most people can snub their nose up at science, so can I. I'm on the train. I'm going to see how this side feels for a little bit.
I mean, if you're going to clone someone, why not give them like wings or something weird?
And also, good point. That is a good point. If we've learned anything from some of the other movies where they've done this kind of thing, wouldn't you mix in a little bit of that, like, wouldn't you mix in a little bat? Like, wouldn't you hold a bat as you're getting cloned in the clone machine? Be like, maybe like a bat wings, I'll be able to fly around and attack people.
Oh, so you're picturing like a Jeff Goldblum fly type of thing where you go into a pod and you instantly get cloned.
Are you talking about a podless cloning? I think you need a pod. I think you got to have a pod.
I thought it was like we take a sample of your DNA and put it into this blank body and it becomes you. Almost like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, but how are you going to grow the blank body? You got to do that in a pod. This all requires pods.
Pod, sure.
That's why I'm investing in companies that make pods, because there's a lot of opportunity there in the future, I feel.
Plus, it'll help with our podcast.
There you go. It all comes together. We're part of the problem and conspiracy.
It's all entangled, my friend. That's it.
Yeah, but again, if you can clone people, like if I could clone somebody,
I guess then the jig is up.
I wouldn't. First of all, okay, I have the let's play this game. I have the ability to clone. I got it. I got the technology.
The Anthony on you have it here first. Anthony on air has discovered the secrets.
Next to the podcast studio here, when you go through the door, you go into our.
It's me. I'm in that room. I'm broadcasting from next door.
You go into our cloning layer. I'm not even gonna say laboratory. I'm gonna call it a layer.
AKA the toilet.
It's already been finished. I have the ability. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
To get Joe Biden and Bill Gates is going to be incredibly difficult to do. It's going to complicate the issue.
Oh, that's easy.
No, come on. To get
if you're not just some random scientist in the middle of nowhere with cloning ability. This has got to be, if we're talking clones, we're talking a government funded, research lab.
Oh, you think so? See, I was thinking independent Dr. Evil, renegade scientist.
I'm thinking if it's the government and they're controlling it and everything, it's got to be. I'm thinking it's an underground lab at like Area 51, and they bring in Joe Biden.
Okay,
they ship him in.
It would have to be, yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's just some random guy in like a middle of a wheat field.
Because I was going to say it's easier to just clone me. Like, why don't I just make a clone army of myself? And then...
Yeah, but you got to get like raw material. Like, what are you making you out of? You putting like a banana in there and it grows into you?
It's a banana.
Aren't we like 90% banana?
I think so.
We share the same chromosomes or some shit.
I'll have to check the DVD extras on Multiplicity and get back to you.
I think it's in there.
Anyway,
if we don't have flying cars yet, we don't have clones.
Exactly. Gates, who's a golf fanatic, says that he's finding comfort in golf while his marriage is falling apart. And he is reportedly held up in a vintage club in Indian Wells, the Vintage Club in Indian Wells, California, which bills itself as one of the United States' most prestigious golf courses.
Well, it's the only chance he'll have for a hole-in-one these days.
Supposedly, the decision to divorce fell on Melinda, obviously, which was tough on her because of her strong Roman Catholic faith. Sources told the Post she wants to get an annulment from the Vatican following the civil divorce.
From the Vatican?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think she's got the Pope on speed dial. I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
She's got lots of world leaders on that
That's
iPhone.
Like killing a mosquito with a cannonball. I mean, you could call the local diocese and get an annulment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need the Pope?
Another source said the split is no surprise to me. Any friendship with Epstein would have been a bone of contention for Melinda. There is no way that Melinda would have wanted to spend time with Epstein.
Makes sense.
This Epstein connection continues to pop up in every one of these conversations. I'm telling you, man, call me a conspiracy theorist, but there is more here, and there's no way it doesn't come out. There's no way it doesn't make its way out.
I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I think because we don't know everything. Of course, there's more. How would he know everything that has to go on? I mean, she's the main reason they're getting divorced, from what we understand, is Bill Gates' relationship with Epstein, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know if anybody. I mean, there's people that are gonna be like, I saw this coming, but I mean, come on, they kind of parade. They're together all the time. They're putting on quite a show with the foundation and the vaccines, and they're giving away a lot of money. Like, I mean,
it doesn't mean they're lovey-dovey.
I'm just saying this is
business partners.
This has got to be a surprise to most people. I would say most people.
Maybe. But we don't know. I mean, we don't. I never really saw them as when I did see them, which is rare, like on TV or whatever the hell, I never see them like kissing or hugging and being all cozy up to each other. If we did, it wasn't any kind of huge display.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That is a hard thing to do, and to pretend in public. It's hard. That's a hard thing to do.
Have you had to do that?
Yeah. Right. Now, fortunately, not with my wife. Like, that's all good.
That's good.
But in professional settings, I have had to portray lies for long periods of time, and it's not in like this. It's basically you're looking at the reason why we've arrived at this podcast. Like. This is the reason why.
Something has to give. So this is you. This is your divorce, basically, in terms of Gates and that's their thing. They got divorced. You made a podcast.
Frank, how many times over 15 years? Now, and I'm not even talking about when we were close to selling a show to a radio station, which we were incredibly close. How many times have I said to you over the course of my career, I can't stand this. We have to do.
You said it more than I like this.
Yeah,
it was a little too often. If this is going to be your career,
yeah, and that's why it's funny because like radio people will still reach out to me and they're like, "How are you? How you doing, buddy?" And I'm like, "Better than ever." I'm like, I don't know if you know, but there's a whole world out there, which is not only more fun, but more profitable than the dying dinosaur that you're on. So,
and not only that, I feel like the radio world especially, but I don't know, I'm sure it's like this with other professions. When you're in that industry or any industry, it becomes very insular. It becomes everything goes on inside, and the outside world doesn't really affect what happens inside.
Yeah.
Like in terms of, well, you know, over at this place, different industry, they do these hours, and this is what they pay them, and this is blah blah blah. No. You're in radio. That's all. It's all different here. But none of that applies.
None. And some people are so like somebody asked me 2 weeks ago, they're like, would you go back to radio? And I said, yeah, of course. If the money was right and if I could still do this, I said I would never give up radio for the podcast. First of all, we're too far in. It's growing so much. Like we're on.
You mean you never give up the podcast for radio?
Would never give up the podcast for radio. Yeah, what did I say? The opposite?
You said never give up radio for the podcast.
I said, but if a radio station could tolerate the podcast, I would absolutely, go. LNG tolerated the podcast. They were very nice about it.
The stations I'm on, I don't even think they know about it.
Exactly.
I don't think they'd care.
Exactly. So, but there are some people that are like, they like, hey, like how you doing? But like, is there like, yeah. No,
you're the one that needs me to ask how you're doing.
Have you picked up a trade publication lately? Have you seen Joe Rogan and Mark Maron? And I'm not saying we're them, but I'm saying they're leading this industry that is.
No, podcasting is great, but I think radio is still
radio's still viable, still going.
Still going.
Of course. But I've done this in a professional sense. I can't imagine in a marriage like that's so tough, especially for somebody in there. Like if you're in a loveless marriage and you're not known, you just work in the local, there's less people you have to parade that out in front of. Your coworkers, maybe some family members. These people had the whole planet looking at them that they had to pretend all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't get like, if you're just, Joey the mechanic and you're doing that, you got to just put it on, in small doses. There's always somebody looking at these people, always watching them. You have to always be on.
You just do like the former president and former first lady. You just don't care. You slap the hand away when they go to grab it, and it becomes a news story for a week. And everybody's like, and then you go, who cares?
Speaking of, and we'll get to this when we get to Liz Cheney, but I have a Trump conspiracy theory. I
can't wait.
Very excited to share with everybody. We're not going to share it on this episode. Talk about it a little bit more, but because it needs its own little thing.
You can't tease me like that.
It needs its own little thing, but we got one. Been holding on to it.
You bastard!
I'm going to share with everybody on an upcoming episode. So make sure you're subscribed. YouTube, Facebook, or Stitcher, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, whatever you guys, Spotify, wherever you like listening. Make sure you're subscribed.
Can you tell me off the air? Because this is going to kill me.
I'll think about it. Damn it. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes I got to get your reaction live. Anyway, speaking of Trump, though, Melinda's lining up her lawyers. She's got Robert Stephen Cohen, who's represented Bloomberg, Henry Kravis, and Ivana Trump.
Related to Michael Cohen?
I don't know. I highly doubt it. For her sake, I hope not.
Two lawyers. Yeah,
Gates has Ronald Olson, a partner from the firm Munger, Tolis and Olson, who has represented Mark Zuckerberg, among others. I don't think Zuckerberg got divorced, but just represented him.
Sure.
So there you go.
All right. Well, good luck to everyone. I don't know.
So that's the latest on Gates, that he's telling his buddies that he was in a loveless marriage.
How long ago was he saying that?
I mean, I would imagine over the last couple of years, last 3 or 4 years at least, which...
It all comes out on the golf course, baby.
And here's the other thing, too. If you're in a loveless marriage, and you're living separate lives, where are you going for your little recreational activity? Right? Men, women got needs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where's that relief coming from?
Question, yeah, that's the question then is, when did the lovelessness start, and when did the relationship with Epstein begin?
First Epstein meeting was 11.
Okay, was it a loveless marriage before that, or after that, or?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Is that what was driving was that the first thing? Maybe.
It was one thing has to do with the other.
Maybe.
If you're in a loveless marriage and you're friends with Epstein, I'm not saying everybody would do this, but
yeah,
that would drove him
to
be friends with him.
You know what else is interesting? I chose to keep it out of this episode because it really, I didn't want to. I read this article and it was about the Combat Zone, the place in Boston. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'll tell you a little bit about it now, but I didn't put it in the rundown here because I felt like the author was just trying to grab eyes and clicks. Because he didn't have any Gates stories, but he had stories about the Combat Zone. And he had stories about the Combat Zone, which was like a strip club, brothel, whatever, just crazy place. And a lot of the stories he had was right before or during or after the time that Gates would have been there, given his Harvard, connection, and people saying that he went. And, the stories were just crazy. So, it's like everything you could think about, like representatives being caught in there, people falling down drunk, breaking bones, who got caught with who in the, champagne room and all this kind of jazz. So that, that's kind of the basis. I mean, it's a huge assumption, big leap. Again, I felt it was all clicky, so I didn't really include it, but I'm happy to share a part of it, just to give you a sense of what the guy was kind of the atmosphere environment that he, was kind of around during that time.
Right.
So,
yeah. So it's all, I feel it'll all come out. Whatever took place over the last bunch of years, they, the two people that know the most about it are the two people involved here. And I'm sure there are a bunch of witnesses. So we'll see.
Yep. Ghislaine update. We have a trial set now. The attorneys from both sides, hers and the states or federal or whatever, they have agreed on a November 29th
ruin my
date.
Thanksgiving.
We basically
son of a bitch.
I believe, is that Black Friday? That must be, because
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't think they start court cases on Saturdays.
Late November is my. Let me see. Tell you right now.
Is this what everybody's...
Monday. Thanksgiving is the 25th, Thursday. 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, Monday. It's the Monday right after Thanksgiving weekend.
And that's Cyber Monday?
Cyber Monday.
Oh, baby.
There you go.
Cyber Monday. I'm going to get a toaster and watch Ghislaine finally.
We'll be on, podcasting that day, I'm sure.
That's true. We'll have an episode that day. So we'll be there tracking day one in court. Here's basically in a laundry list of scummy things. This is at the top of scummy things that Ghislaine Maxwell has done, and I say that because it's so friggin' petty, Frank. It is so petty.
Is this a new thing or something that they found out?
New thing.
Okay, what do you got?
So a woman was suing her. Obviously, for one of the victims was suing her. Okay.
Yeah.
Filed a lawsuit as Jane Doe. She subsequently settled out of court. Hold on, say hi. I gotta say goodnight to my daughter. Hold on a second. Dad, Uncle Frank.
Good night.
He waved that.
Good night.
Sorry, everybody. Family,
Hey, it all stops when family's involved. That's it. Gotta tend to the family.
Okay. All right. So sorry about that. So
you adorable bastard, you.
So she sues Ghislaine. She's then decides that she's going to accept the victims fund. We talked about this on previous episodes. By the way, we have a whole huge playlist on YouTube with every single Ghislaine, Jeffrey Epstein topic we've ever talked about. So if you want to catch up, you can go through that playlist and you could watch all the things we've ever talked about. You could
binge it, baby.
One of the stipulations with the victims fund is you have to drop all litigation regarding this topic. So
if you're a victim and you want to receive funds from the victim fund, you have to cancel all whatever litigation against.
I think Ghislaine, Jeffrey, probably everything, whoever else is listed, which makes a lot of sense from a victim standpoint because you're suing them. What are you gonna? You're suing them for money. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't criminal. This is civil. So she can still be called as a witness, I believe, if they wanted to, if she wanted to, or whatever the case may be. But she can't sue. She forfeits her right to sue. Okay, great. So she gets her money, this and that. Now, when she filed the lawsuit, Ghislaine's lawyers have to respond. They have to file, that basically they understand, blah, 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 whatever it is. So when they withdraw, it all goes away. Maxwell's lawyer, Laura Menninger, files papers last week, seeking compensation for filing fees and search and printing costs from the lawsuit. That basically never happened. It was a file. She settles. She withdraws. But they still had to respond. They still had to, receive notification, do all that. Guess how much they are seeking?
I think filing fees and printing fees.
She said search and printing costs.
Okay, I'm gonna guess $250.
That would be petty and disgusting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
$13.70.
Get the fuck out of here.
Swear to God. Swear. She is filing. She is seeking compensation for $13.70.
And this is Ghislaine seeking it, not like one of her lawyers being a jerk.
They're filing on behalf of her. By the way, known millionaire, at least $20 million, according to court filings from her defense case here. So we know she's got 20 mil. Filing.
Even if you don't. $13?
$13.70. What a scumbag piece of shit.
Man, what do you say to that? How do you defend it? Doesn't this make? I mean, if your whole strategy for your defense is sympathy and I'm a victim and all this stuff, doesn't this make you look like a giant scumbag too?
Could not agree with. That's an excellent point. Couldn't agree with you more.
For $13.70, you can't wash this away and move on.
Yeah, you're right. It's a bad look.
It's very bad. Not that she was in the best light to begin with,
right.
But if your defense is to gain a little sympathy or I'm a victim, you don't want to start acting like a scumbag.
Yeah,
that's a douche move.
Now, for the people that are like, because there's some people out there that restaurateur we talked about a couple of episodes ago, who are like, oh, innocent until proven guilty. Let's see. I wonder how those people feel now about this. Like, you can't still have a.
Yeah, I feel like the restaurant guy would be like, here's your $13. Just stop it.
$13.
Anybody close to her should have been like,
yeah.
Are you nuts? My
kids have more than that in their piggy banks right now. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, $13.70. What? That's petty and stupid. And if I were Ghislaine's lawyers, I'd be like, this is a bad move, man. This is not going to help you. This is going to hurt you way more than it helps you.
Exactly. Somebody in that room's got to stand up and be like, no, we can't do this.
She has what I'm assuming to be somewhat smart lawyers, I think. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, if you're a lawyer, you got to have some kind of intelligence.
If you got that far, you got to have some. Yes, I would agree with that.
You pass the bar, you got to have some kind of.
Even though you're defending a real piece of garbage, you're still intelligent. That doesn't make you not intelligent.
Right. It makes you. I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to defend who you have to. Everybody's entitled to a defense.
Money hungry, spotlight hungry.
I don't know. Maybe one of those.
Yeah.
But if your whole thing is PR and you're trying to, one person in that whole thing one of the lawyers going to go, here's 20, keep the change.
Yeah. Or like you treat them like a child, like I treat my kids. Good news, Ghislaine, we got the $13 back. Here you go. Here it is. But that I put it in the commissary for you, so you can buy some fresh toilet paper.
A little more ramen.
Yeah. Good news, extra ramen this week.
What the fuck? So stupid. Hey, you know what?
So stupid.
Good. Let her keep making stupid moves, and it'll just drive it deeper into the hole that she's digging for herself.
We got a gas shortage on our hands, Frankie C. Do you know what's going on with this?
Yeah, it's all because of someone hacked a pipeline, and everybody's freaking out, and there's a gas shortage because of this thing. But it's back up and running again, right? So it should be back on. Everything should be back on its feet.
Yeah, they're saying
days.
End of the week. Yeah, end of the week. Yeah. They should be back all the way. This is one of those stories where I ignored because I was like, how does a pipeline get hacked? I don't get it. And I've looked into it now.
Yeah, they're all run by computers.
And by the way, I still don't get it. And I don't even know if the people who got hacked get it. They're probably still.
I don't even think the hackers get it.
Yeah, they got lucky.
How are we doing this again? Just press enter. It'll be fine.
But there was a picture circulating around social media earlier, and it was a couple that had like 7 like those red gallon tanks in the back of their huge pickup truck,
stockpiling gas.
Just husband and wife, they're throwing it in the back. They got one thing in the truck. The other one is filling up the tank. I mean, just crazy behavior. I mean, I guess if you need gas, if their business relies on gas, I mean, I get it.
Yes. If we are not going to be, if the zombie apocalypse hits, we are not ready.
No.
There's no way there's 7 billion people in the world, whatever.
Yeah.
We're down to 20,000.
I was talking to a buddy of mine.
There's no way.
Buddy of mine I know is getting another gun. And he goes, he's just like, he goes, you just got to be ready. And I go, for what? He's like, you never know. Anything from, the country crumbles to zombie apocalypse. I go, either way, I am pricking my finger and walking out to my front yard and be like, Are you calling it
in? You calling it a day?
Frank's, for people who don't know, Frank has this whole huge plan. He's written it out.
Since I moved.
Exactly. He's on version like 32.6. Like he's
it's not that elaborate.
Figured the whole thing out. Zombie apocalypse comes, me and the family out in front yard.
You're throwing your kids to the lions.
Right in. Over. We're not going to be those. Guess what? No Will Smith jeans here. Not happening. I'm not going to drag them around for 5 months while we eat Twinkies and shit and then eventually die. Not going to happen.
What's wrong with Twinkies?
We're giving up on day one. I'm not going to lie to you. When the coronavirus story started, we were out in the front lawn. Just be like, this is where we need to be.
Just wait, guys. Just close your eyes. It'll all be over soon. Now, so what if zombie apocalypse happens and they solve it within a week?
I'm going to be one of the. I hope you come to my memorial service. That's what would happen.
I'll give the eulogy. This asshole. I'm up there at the. He could have been alive right now. He just walked into a horde.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, but that's a lie. That everybody stop thinking Frank's a nice person. He's going to start with this asshole he would not read Plan 32.6 because I had it all figured out.
Open your emails, all right?
Your stuff goes right to my spam folder.
No, my plan is very simple. It's not even a plan. It's just an idea. Like if something happens, this is what I'm going to do.
Well, don't tell people or else they're all going to be doing it.
I haven't.
Okay.
You notice I haven't said it.
That's true. Actually, I don't know what it is. No, you told me once, and I just thought I have to stop.
Yeah, it's been altered. I told you when it was Plan A. I'm on to Plan like Q now.
Oh, no, Frank has a. My wife thought we were joking. No, Frank has a plan. He's like thought this out.
So,
see, my wife can't believe it because you have literally planned nothing else in your life. Like here's Frank's two plans.
True.
I swear to you, this is true. Frank has made 2 plans in his lifetime: to marry his wife. And zombie apocalypse plan. Those are basically it. And as far as the wife thing goes, we got to give 50% of the credit to her. And I'm just going to say 75%. I feel like she planned. He just went, that one. And then she basically took it from there.
I planned a lot of the weddings. I'd say 50-50.
Don't make me get your wife involved.
I like to live in the moment. That's it. You don't have to plan everything. I plan vacations when we go on vacation. We plan stuff. I don't like to plan too much. Spontaneous. What? What have you planned?
I've planned everything. I've planned more than you this week than you have in your whole entire lifetime.
Doubt it.
That's 1,000% true.
Whether or not you have Pop-Tarts or eggs in the morning is not a plan.
I'll give you that, but that's a decision. But I've still planned far more than you have.
What constitutes a plan? Then you have to. Planning is something that like you set up and then you act it out in advance.
I wish Janine was here. She's on her way, by the way. She would totally be on my side on this one.
So wait a minute. Now, is your wife on board with this walk into the zombie apocalypse?
Are you on board with just giving up and walking right into the front yard with bleeding fingers? If it's a zombie apocalypse. She wants to drink an elixir. She wants the Romeo and Juliet out. She's going Romeo and Juliet ending. She wants to drink a magic elixir from the Romeo and Juliet people and go right out.
But basically, she wants to just not even fight, just end it all.
End it all. Yeah. No, realistically, it's gonna be a lot of people. By the way, you know how they say this is a little horrible, but it's true. You know how they say the safest time to fly is after a plane crash?
Right.
This would be the best time for a zombie apocalypse because I feel like we're on the ready. After the pandemic, I feel like we're a little bit more like, hold on, we got to shut shit down before this gets way out of control.
We're not as relaxed as we would be, say, a bunch of years from now.
Oh, yeah.
When everything's kind of calmed down and we're all kind of relaxed a little bit.
100%. Mm-hmm. Anyway, 5,500-mile pipeline system is what broke down. 100 million gallons of gasoline. They're not doing well. In North Carolina is in a lot of trouble. I feel like they're getting hit the worst.
Bad. It's not good. This one, who the hell? Why? What's the point of? What are you doing that you hacked this gas line? What is the goal?
I don't know, but I also feel like
Assholes.
With everything that we've gone through, people are this is toilet paper all over again. This is why you can't trust people in crowds. And it's kind of the same thing. Like you get a little bit of a thing, and then everybody goes out in hordes, and now you're adding to you're making the problem worse when it's just like.
When you're getting more than your share, other people are going to suffer.
And again, I picture that guy I saw. I hope that he's got like a landscaping business or something that he needs all this gas and that he's not just
piling it up in his garage.
Yeah, I hope. But it's funny. My wife goes to me. She's like, "What are you going to do if we run out of gas?" I go, "Stay home." Who gives a shit?
That happened in Sandy when Sandy hit.
Yeah,
weren't able to deliver gas onto the island, and there were lines blocks long to go to the gas station, and then there were signs up, "We're out of gas. We're out of gas."
We had family drive an hour out here just to gas up because we had gas out here by us, but not further closer to New York City. And I was just like, I am not doing this. I'm like,
it was 2 weeks, and everybody was going up, but we just stayed home.
When I run out of gas, call up the station. Guess who's not coming in tomorrow?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't get there. Bike's in the shop.
Not a worry at all. Not a worry at all. And believe it or not, this is not even our worst shortage right now, pal. Our worst shortage is a Chick-Fil-A shortage.
What are they short on?
Yeah. We've got, and J Sabs, credit to her, who's on her way. She assures me that we've got a shortage in Chick-Fil-A sauce. They're planning to limit sauces to customers due to a shortage.
Which sauce? Their signature one?
Chick-fil-A spokesperson told the Today Show that they're going to go to a 2 sauces per meal deal, 3 sauces per 30 count of nuggets. They had some people working on it now. Yeah. Well, still.
2 sauces per meal is plenty.
Yeah, but when we went to try it for the first time, they were like, "You want any sauces?" We're like, "Give us everything," because we want to try everything. I'm sure a lot of people, as the people are still discovering, Chick-fil-A, they're still figuring out whether they hate gay people or not, and they're going in there getting all the sauces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like you go in there, and as the person behind the counter, you go, "Which 2 sauces would you like today?" Or don't even say anything. And if they don't ask for sauce.
Yeah,
they're eating dry.
And by the way, for the record, when we went to get Chick-fil-A, we each had some rainbow stuff with us and a rainbow flag, and we were like, "Gay pride, bitches." That's what we said.
Were you turned away at the door?
No, they served us, but I just wanted them to know what side we were on.
Good.
I want them to know that we are weak, and food is our. We still support gay people, but we have a food weakness. We can't.
PDQ, baby, it's better than Chick-fil-A.
Way better. Way better.
But you don't have one by you.
Also, a more accepting of gay people, from what I understand. PDQ love the gays.
They do.
Good for them. So there's a supply chain disruption which has led to a shortage of goods ranging from everything from refrigerators to pepperoni and now Chick-fil-A sauces.
Yeah, I feel like we'll get over this rather quickly.
I don't know. I don't know if we will.
Once the supply chain is uninterrupted, we'll be fine.
I don't want to make a big deal out of this because I know how sensitive you are, but when President Trump was around, we were swimming in sauces. Like we're
swimming in a lot of things.
We had
President Trump.
we had gas and we had sauces and everything was plentiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we got like 17 sauces when we went to Chick-fil-A.
We also had people storming a Capitol building.
Yeah, I think you're focusing on little minute
on
things.
The wrong things.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the golden era of fast food sauces.
Yeah.
Actually, would you say it was the golden era of fast food period during the Trump era?
Well, as Borat says, when you have McDonald Trump running things, it's bound to be. And when everything hosted by the White House is fast food, I didn't bring this up.
All right, Jay Sabs is our fast food expert, and here she joins us. Janine, I was just telling Frank, I was reminiscing with Frank about the golden days of the Trump presidency when we had endless amounts of sauces and gasoline and things were just great.
I mean, this didn't happen during his era, just saying.
Yeah, a lot of other shit happened.
I'm just saying, why can't you just acquiesce to this?
Because why would I?
Wait.
I will say, this doesn't bother me. You know what really upset me a couple of years ago? When they started this bullshit with tomatoes. Do you remember this? When
yes.
The price of tomatoes went up and all the fast food places were like, we have to start limiting tomatoes. I'm like, what the?
Like, you would only get it if you asked for it.
Yes.
And wasn't there a charge for it, too?
I don't remember this at all.
And Taco Bell was a big proponent of this. And I'm like, that's like top 4 of your ingredients. That's like.
Yeah, exactly.
Chicken, cheese, tomato. I mean, that's on like every one of your items. It's a part of every one of your basic cuisine.
I think if you take the tomato out,
right?
Instead of like, if not including the salsa, you take the tomato out of Taco Bell, it's fine.
it's
Some people don't like tomatoes.
Crazy
like,
people.
At all.
Crazy.
My brother
I
does
love
not
tomatoes.
like them.
What?
He doesn't.
How could you not like the tomatoes?
I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's like one of my favorite things to eat.
Oh.
I don't know.
Janine, lettuce, tomato, mayo. Name a better triple threat.
Mayo.
The best.
Love mayo. Mayo, mustard, any condiment, anything you put on anything. I'm good.
I can't do mayo. Like my brother-in-law can't do mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was younger, if someone said the word mayo, it would make him throw up. Really?
Did you hear that helicopter circling my house?
I do actually.
They're looking for Frankie Minaj.
What the hell
is it part of your music video or something?
Yeah, they're gonna flash a spotlight on my yard. I'm gonna be out there.
It's like helicopter and then spotlight on Frankie on the couch.
Right?
So, I mean, but we're all in agreement. This is all Biden's fault, right? Can we move on to the next thing?
I agree, but wait, the gas shortage thing. Can we circle back for a minute? Did you hear that they fixed the problem or no?
I gotta move the thing. Yeah, we talked about that.
Sorry.
They unhacked the pipeline or whatever.
Yeah. Now, how do we get the gas shortage team onto the Chick-fil-A team? Is that a company that we hire? How does that work?
Did someone hack the Chick-fil-A pipeline? The pipeline that gives them.
I don't think they have one, but maybe they should get one. Maybe the Keystone pipeline could be moving Chick-fil-A sauce from here on out.
I have a question about that.
Yes.
For the both of you, if you haven't talked about this already, I'm sorry.
To the blonde on the right side of the screen. Go ahead. What's your question?
There's a 4-piece chicken nugget that you get. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's make it simple. Let's make it more simple. 6-piece chicken nugget. How many sauces are you getting? How many sauces do you think that you're going to be using for those chicken nuggets?
Let me tell you something. You could ask my wife. I have a weird thing about wasting food. I don't know what it is. Right? Have you noticed that? Like, I don't like wasting. And my kids drive me crazy.
No, not at all.
See, am I getting fries with the nuggets?
Yes. Well, no. Just talk about this. Just talking about
one sauce is all you need for 6 nuggets, and you're gonna have leftover sauce.
Yes, one sauce.
Yeah, and also I don't like over saucing things. We already talked about this. I like my shit dry.
If I got 6 nuggets and a thing of fries, then I need 2. Because I dipped the fries.
No, see, I'm the annoying one who I want 3 to 4 different sauces for my chicken nuggets.
For 6 nuggets?
That's ridiculous.
No,
I
that
like
is
to
absurd.
I like to have a variety. Okay.
I mean, wait. Now, I just said before you came on that's what we did because we were there for the first time trying shit. You're saying every time you go, you're getting 4 sauces for 6 nuggets?
Yeah. At least 3. At least
for
3.
6 nuggets?
Yes.
So you're all right. So there's 6 nuggets, 3 sauces. You're scooping half of a thing of sauce for each nugget.
No, it's not about quantity. It's about quality.
She just wants to try all the different ones.
And you have a lot of leftover sauce then.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's sauce.
It's sauce.
It's sauce. What does that mean?
Listen to Janine Gates over here.
sauce.
No big deal. It'll be fine.
Throw it out. Nobody needs. It's just a waste of food. Who cares?
See, that's like it. Kind of like it really tickles my pickle. Like that is like one of the things that really bothers me in this world is if you go to a restaurant or takeout or fast food and somebody's charging you extra for sauce. No, thanks. Say I go to a restaurant and I get a burger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting down in the restaurant and I want barbecue sauce on my burger and they charge me for it. I will never go back to you again. Okay. Just let you know that. Because that really, that bothers me. Okay.
Yeah, but I think if you asked for barbecue sauce on your burger, I don't think they would charge you for that. But
some places have. Some places have. Yep.
Really? Because I'm gonna say it's not like because I feel like it's the restaurant's responsibility to provide you with a sauce. You want a second sauce, we can let that slide. When you get into that third sauce, you gotta pay for that. Yeah, that you gotta pay for.
All right. Well, how about this? Because
something tells me that barbecue sauce wasn't sauce number 2 for that day.
Yeah.
When I used to go to Fridays, because I used to go there all the time, that was my go-to spot.
Wait, TGI Fridays?
TGI Fridays.
Just making sure.
I used to get barbecue sauce, blue cheese dressing,
for one
and the Jack Daniel's teriyaki sauce, whatever. Because I used to get like a grilled chicken meal with fries. So yes, I needed 3 different sauces.
I also feel like sit down restaurant a little bit different, a little bit of a different experience than fast food. I think.
Yeah, fast food, you're just shoving it down.
Yeah.
Right, but the thing too is, some of these who charged me for extra sauce. I forgot who. Not Chick-Fil-A, but someone did it, and I was like,
well, how many sausages did you get?
I don't remember at that point. Look, sauce is sauce. It's not like I'm asking for an extra meat patty. I'm asking for fucking sauce.
They gotta pay for sauce, and if you're getting 9 packets of sauce, eventually you're gonna have to own up.
You know what?
They'll throw you a few extra.
You got so angry there, Janine. I'm afraid to challenge you. On
ridiculous amounts of sauce.
Okay, here's.
Or they probably saw you coming. Oh, here she comes. Gonna ask for all this sauce. We gotta start charging her.
Frank, are you saying she's a sauce queen? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Exactly. Couldn't have put it better myself. That's perfect.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's not like I go to these places and I package the sauces for my own home use and use them and keep them for years. I will tell you this. I worked with someone who she never ever bought napkins. What her husband would do every time they went out someplace, he would take a stack of napkins and bring it home. So that if you go to her house,
they start charging for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because stuff starts disappearing, and they got to start, and they're losing money. I don't blame them. People go home with shit, and they start taking stacks of napkins, 7 sauces. It's like, well, now we got to start charging.
Well, I'll tell you,
everybody's abusing it.
This is how I found out. One day she was doing her Peapod order at work, whatever, and she's like, this is how she would talk. Hi, what else do I need? I'm getting this, this, and this. What am I forgetting? So I said, oh, what about napkins? I don't buy those. I'm like, oh, so do you use paper towel? No.
Is your
Done.
friend?
Oops.
Did you say her name? I missed it.
No.
No, it said the husband's name.
Oh.
Yeah, he buys. No, every time we go to some takeout, any place that they go to, he will steal the napkins and bring it home. So if you go into their house, there's a pile of napkins that are all different kinds, mismatched sizes, colors.
Oh, that drives me
Your
crazy.
friend is the reason
No,
why people
not
get
my
charged
friend.
for sauce.
Can I say something? And so it's not even food. It's waste in general. Like if we get food from a place, here, they give us a hefty amount of napkins, which is
Yeah, I like that.
appreciated. But over the course of 2 months, if we've ordered 5 or 6 times, now we have this like abundance of napkins to the point where when we go, we're like, don't stop putting napkins in the thing. Like we can't take
that's
any more
okay.
napkins.
That's good
Yeah.
though.
That's different though. This guy goes specifically to places, and you know what? He's been known to not, and she said this too, and I believe it, that they haven't even gone, like say they pass a Burger King, she'll wait in the car, he'll go in, not even get food, just bring out napkins.
Okay,
Oh, you see,
that's a problem.
that's BS. Why don't you tell him to order from Anthony's place? He'll be up to his ears in napkins. In like 2 minutes, he'll be the happiest guy in the world.
This is crazy.
I mean, this woman I have a lot of good stories about, but that's just one of them. That's a little taste.
Well, now that we all know who it is,
No,
you might want
we
to
definitely
change.
don't.
You might want to change some
definitely don't.
names around.
God, there's just no words.
I'm starting to think that Janine is the reason why we have a Chick-fil-A sauce shortage to begin with. It has
Maybe.
nothing to do with the pandemic.
But I'm telling you, if there was a pipeline of Chick-fil-A sauce, you know how many people would break into that pipe, like literally physically break into the pipe and reroute it to their house.
Janine, any truth to the rumor that when you get nuggets, this is how you dip them into sauce? Is that what you do?
I can't see right exactly.
Make it rain?
Well, it depends on what kind of sauce.
How are you at a strip club? Are you as generous at a strip club as you are with the sauces? Is that
when I go to them, I actually bring the sauces with me and just spray them on the girls.
That's
it.
nice. I'm sure.
Can you make it rain with 5 singles? Because I don't have enough money to make it rain. Woo! I'm done.
Maybe you should
just use a Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce. That's worth more.
Maybe Frank, you should ask for extra sauce and sell it on the side like Janine is doing.
See, there you go.
All right, now let me ask you a question, Janine. What price is it if they go, oh, that's an extra 25 cents? Is that annoying? Is it
Yes.
the charge to begin with or the amount that they're charging?
It's just the fact that you're going to charge me extra. Like it's I'll tell you this.
It's their fault for giving it away for free off the bat.
Well,
if they started
yes.
out by charging, then you wouldn't have a problem. You'd be like, oh,
exactly.
this is just business as usual.
Well, how about this? Dunkin' Donuts, I will use their name on here. Sorry. This specific one near my house, tell me what you guys think of this. Okay.
I love it.
So I get the caramel swirl in my iced coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, 2 times that I've been there, but last week, the woman's first time, whatever. The second time, I said, "Can I have a little extra?" She said, "Yes." She hits another button, 30 more cents. You're gonna charge me extra for a sauce that you already charged me for it. Now you're gonna charge me 30 cents extra.
Well, you're
So I said to
adding
the woman,
more. It's like an
no,
extra
that's
shot.
not how it works. That's not how it works. Because you know
How
what?
is that not how it works?
Even Starbucks won't do you dirty like that. Okay.
Yeah, but Dunks will throw you a donut if you're just asking for a free donut. Like, hey, here you go.
This happened 2 or 3 weeks ago. Same woman. I said to her, I never get charged for extra. I never get charged for it. So you're telling me.
Did you say, do you know who I am?
I'm like, do you know
give her
who the fuck? And then I threw all
I'm
my
JSAP,
packets of
bitch.
sauce on the counter.
Yeah, because she's probably like, this is the bitch who asks for all the extra sauce all the time. She's getting an extra charge in the.
Now you got to start paying your fair share. This is all
No,
coming
so
back
I was
to
like,
you.
I'm sorry, I never had to pay. Oop. Whoa,
So
what
what'd she say
happened
to
over
that?
here?
Just finish your
Wait, hold
sentence.
on.
Go ahead.
So I said, I'm sorry. No.
Did you really say something to her?
The first time I did, and then
Wow.
even the second time I did, I said, I'm sorry, but I never had to pay extra for extra caramel, whatever.
What would she
And she
say?
was like, oh, okay. She took the 30 cents off. Okay.
Oh, all right. Problem solved.
Second time I go in, she says this, and I said, no, I'm sorry. No, I never pay extra for it. Any other Dunkin' Donuts, I've never paid extra because here's the thing.
So she took it off.
No, this past time she didn't, and then the other woman's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's the new rule." I'm like, "Rule?"
Okay.
They definitely talked about you after you left the first time.
There's
You
a
were
photo.
talking
You think
about-
so?
There's
a photo of you in there.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, I don't go to
They
this
gave you
that
the
often.
new rule talk. You were discussed after you left.
Yeah, we spoke to management about your extra caramel.
Your photo is hanging in the back of that Dunkin' Donut.
Well,
Definitely
it'd be
is.
different if I went there all the time, but I don't go to this one. So
Twice.
here's my thing.
It's over.
Say it's, you know how they have like certain whatever the word is, I'm blanking on the word. Like, okay, if it's a medium coffee, you're gonna get 3 pumps. If it's a large coffee, you're gonna get 4 pumps.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's to say my pump is not bigger than your pump, and vice versa?
What?
Because they could do a quick pump, and I could do a long pump.
I'm sure they
it's
have a standard
definitely-
pump.
Yeah, but everybody does it differently. So look, he's getting mad. This is definitely white people problems.
I can't even.
I'm just wondering
So,
what
let me
happened to
tell you
this
right
show.
Yeah, you're the one that started with the Chick-Fil-A shortage. This story started with you bringing up a shortage of Chick-Fil-A sauce. So I have no problem talking about.
But I didn't know we
caramel,
were going to
whatever.
wind up in debating pump length. I didn't know this is where this was going to go. By the way, remember before
what
when I
she
said
said.
I'm so much more happier doing podcast than radio? I take that all back. Go ahead, Janine.
Thank
Finish
you.
your point.
After listening to the story, I just
Yeah, finish your story so he can kill himself.
exactly. I am gonna email them.
Let me wrap this. Let me
You're gonna email them?
wrap my head around this.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, you're turning into my mother. First of all, second of all, you're accusing them of shorting the pumps. You're saying they have a short pump issue.
Yep.
Okay, just this one particular person.
And here's the thing. This woman, yes.
You watch them do it, and you think you've seen her go shorter on the pump.
Yes. And here's the thing. Here is the thing.
I want to be
She's
there
laughing at
when
me.
you're like, "Can you give me a nice long pump? Your pumps are a bit
You go
short."
Can you
That's what
push the
she said.
thing all the way to the bottom until it can't pump?
Yeah, because I'm
anymore?
telling you, Frank, she didn't. It was like this.
Maybe that's
No,
their protocol.
Starbucks
And
goes like this.
Wait,
You know what I should
give
have
me
said?
her pump
This
again.
is
What
why
was
I
it?
go
What was her pump like?
And Starbucks goes like this.
Oh wait, so she hits it. She does 5 taps instead of one long one.
Yeah, she didn't do it
That
right.
could
Sorry.
equal a full pump.
Right.
5
Well,
taps,
let
5
me just
short
tell you.
taps could mean one long pump.
No.
They could be equivalent.
Well, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this.
Hit me with it.
You
What do you got?
you don't mind getting look, he can't breathe.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
You're saying you don't mind getting charged for the extra sauce.
If it's extra, if they're adding it to something that already exists, yeah, that's fine.
What about if you already get charged 30 cents for the caramel sauce, and now that on top of that they want to charge you another 30 cents?
Well, what is unless the price of the caramel has gone up?
Well,
No.
I don't know,
Shouldn't
but during Trump's era, caramel was so much cheaper. So
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
saying.
Imagine ice
fact.
cream that.
That's because it was the same
this
color
because of
as our
Biden?
president.
Is this because of Biden?
yes, everything is because
just-
of Biden.
It's because they're
I
both
just
an
don't
orangey
think
color.
it's. Yeah, I just don't think it's right. So Dunkin' Donuts, if you're listening, like,
No, Dunks is very generous especially with their donuts. You ask for, or Munchkins. You ask for a dozen, to throw you 15.
Right. So then give me the fucking caramel sauce and don't charge me for it. I'm
Caramel
sorry.
sauce is like gold over there.
I feel like they did that.
Starbucks wouldn't do that. Sorry.
I feel like they do that more back in the day. I don't know if they do that much anymore.
Yeah, and plus Starbucks, they're starting off at like $10. So you're already getting raked over the coals with.
I'm definitely gonna write an email or I'm gonna call customer service because I'm still mad about it. And you know what? Now that you brought it up, I'm more
Hi, this
mad.
is Karen calling about
right
about your caramel pump situation.
All right, but let me ask you a question, Janine. Like, if you order iced coffee and you order an iced caramel latte. You order an iced latte and an iced caramel latte. Isn't the iced caramel latte more expensive than the iced latte?
It is. I don't know why. I don't know why it's more money. No, wait. You mean, I thought you were saying that they were both
iced latte versus iced caramel latte. Iced caramel is more expensive probably, right?
Right. And you know what?
Because they're adding caramel.
Okay, but you know what? Don't charge me for getting a little bit more because instead of 30 cents now you're charging me 60 cents.
Yeah, if you want to talk about, being customer relations and being a nice local place.
This is also the same one that closes at 6 o'clock. So they're on a fast track to going down. So
that I don't care for. Dunkin' Donuts should be open 24 hours a day. That's a Dunkin' Donuts.
One by me. Yep. Totally. One by me is.
You think I should protest in front of the store holding a sign that says, give me my caramel sauce?
Be like Cramer protesting the bagel place. Hey, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel.
Right. Come on, man. Really?
You know what, Janine?
Sorry.
The Democrats are out to destroy our world and take our caramel. So if you don't stand up for us, who will?
Thank you.
If someone's got a caramel.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm sorry, but don't even if they blame the plant.
You're both walking a fine line on this episode. I mean,
hey, when you're ready to contribute to the caramel discussion,
Anthony, you don't think it's a little bit ridiculous? You don't think it's a little bit ridiculous?
I've enjoyed this so much. I get what you're saying. Here's the thing. I understand. I empathize. I sympathize with Janine. I probably would have a sour opinion on the person. I don't know if I would say something. I couldn't say something about that.
Oh, I'm definitely saying something.
It's so little of a thing, though.
It's so little. It's too little.
Yeah,
for
but
me.
it's okay. I'm gonna say it's 30 cents. But could you imagine, like, if this is a real thing, you have to reconsider this because people lost jobs due to COVID, and they don't have the extra 30 cents. And you know what? If this isn't
I can't believe you just brought pandemic into this.
No, I'm sorry.
I cannot believe it.
Your caramel issues have nothing to do with pandemic problems.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. What if they try to use that?
What?
They probably. What if they try to use that due to the pandemic?
Maybe.
Caramel's short. I don't know.
We got to start charging.
I want to throw this out there. So I went to what's the Christmas tree shop? We went to the Christmas tree shop.
You went in there? Okay.
I like that place. Nice.
Do you have a negative opinion? You just complained about a 30 cents caramel pump, and you're going to judge me on shopping at Christmas tree shop?
No, I meant because you're a male, and males don't like to go in that store.
Yeah, I know, but I'm married and lost control of my life a long time ago. So anyway, maybe it was my idea to go to Christmas tree shop. Let's not make a big deal out of this.
This isn't, nitpicking.
We go, and they have in the first display coffee sauces and syrups. Now I like a little bit of flavor in my coffee. So by the way, Janine likes extra pumps. Whenever I order a caramel whatever, I go half pumps all the time. That's my move because I want to taste the coffee. I go half pumps in the bedroom too.
2 pump chump. Go ahead.
Nice.
So they have.
Frank's like, I got 4.
They have caramel. So I'm like, oh, this is great when we make coffee at home because my wife loves to do cold brew. So I'm like, I'll put a little caramel in there. It was not that good. And then I subsequently went somewhere else, saw caramel, bought that. That also sucked. So I want to know what Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks are doing. What's their caramel situation that it's so much better than the caramel that's available to us common folk?
They probably They probably have their own caramel that they make. It's their own brand.
The thing
probably.
is, I don't know if you knew this or not, but you can actually buy the caramel sauce or the caramel syrup from Starbucks itself. They will sell it to you.
So why don't you do
Dunkin'
that?
will
Maybe
not.
it's cheap. Is it cheaper?
Dunkin' will not.
Oh, Dunkin' won't.
You're just an anti-dunkite, is what you are.
Fucking get the fuck out.
Dunkite. I love Dunks. Charlie Cold Brew is the one I get.
Do you really get that one?
It's good.
I can't.
I'm not a coffee drinker. And this
Frank, when did you turn 14? Did you just get your period too?
Long time ago. I did.
Are we gonna get a candle at your sweet 16?
Not with this attitude. Fuck yourselves now.
Does it stop with the coffee, or do you like all her dances too? Do you learn her dances and do her dances?
I don't even know who Charlie is, but I like to. My wife got it for me.
You know
and said,
who
You'll like
you
this.
know
It's a
who
good
Charlie
one.
is. You know who she is.
I didn't know who she was before the drink. I got the drink first, then I knew who she was.
Oh God, I stumped this episode. So if you want to go all the way down, you can. Sorry.
What?
We're moving quick through our other ones.
All right, Liz Cheney.
Liz Cheney ousted
Love her.
from the GOP leadership
Ooh.
Such a ridiculous thing.
because she refuses.
She's not willing to kiss Trump's ass. That's why. Sorry, go ahead.
This is how
And another thing,
I'm not a barista giving out caramel sauce here, Frank. You can give me some breathing
I wouldn't
room.
get mad at that barista. This one
You
would.
know what?
She was ousted because she refused to support Donald Trump's
Bullshit.
bullshit about the election being fraudulent.
Right.
So she was the number
because of
3 GOP leader, and but here's what's interesting to me about this. They ousted her in a closed door meeting, not with a recorded vote. It was a verbal vote in a closed door meeting that supposedly lasted around 15 minutes.
Which,
That's
if
allowed?
that isn't bullshit, by the way,
That's allowed.
First off the bat, didn't who was it? Graham say, "Let's move on. The election wasn't stolen," or one of them said it. So what's the problem? Why can't she say the same thing?
Because no, I don't think so. Frank brings up an interesting point. Most of them said it. Some of them
Most
didn't.
of those come out and said the election was won by Biden.
Most of them did, especially McConnell, because McConnell fucking hates Trump. Hates him.
Right, exactly. So they said it. What's the problem?
They've all flip-flopped, and she hasn't.
And now they're hanging her out to dry.
Yeah, because some things occurred over the last 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, where everybody who acknowledged the election has slowly crept back over towards Donald Trump's side.
Colon.
And this is
Towards his colon.
and
They're
this
up his
is
ass.
and you have very few Republicans, Liz Cheney, Jeff Flake. You have very few Republicans that are standing their ground, and they remove Liz Cheney. So
This is why the Republican Party is imploding, because they're fighting amongst themselves. When someone is willing to speak the truth and say something that they want and that they believe it themselves a few weeks ago, it's they're all of a sudden the enemy. So you know what? Then keep fighting amongst yourselves, and that's what happens.
Well, that is an interesting thing? Like, politicians are banking on people forgetting what they said
Yeah,
6
good luck.
weeks ago. That's that's kind of weird.
No, well, that's why the internet is a tool that it kind of doesn't let anybody forget.
Well, here's my problem with this. It's not so much an anti-Trump thing. My problem more is that nobody in the Republican Party sees it as an issue that they have somebody who's not going along with their narrative. Like, take Trump out of it, take the election out of it for a second. You're going to fire and remove somebody because they have a difference of opinion on something that we're not even talking about policy moving forward. Like, if they were fighting over policy moving forward, that's one thing. We're talking about something that is already in the past.
It's over.
You know what I mean? And this is what drives me crazy about politicians today. This is lack of leadership. Not everybody has to be on the same page.
Exactly.
It's okay to have disagreements amongst your party members.
This is why you sit there and you see half the room applaud and half the room doesn't. Because, if you feel it, applaud. If you think what the president or whoever is talking is saying is right,
yeah,
then applaud. You don't have to sit there and sit on your hands because
I'm
you're
applauding,
a Republican or a Democrat.
I'm applauding Liz Cheney, not so much because she's holding her beliefs against Donald Trump. I'm applauding her because she's standing her ground on something that she believes in. And not
applauding her for both.
I mean, Janine, you got kids. You're going to raise your kids to be like, don't think for yourself. Just go along with everybody else.
Exactly.
Nobody on earth would do that.
No.
So why do we?
It doesn't make sense.
Why do we want that from our politicians? If we're going to raise our children to be different, if we don't fucking feel that way, why do our politicians have to act that way?
It's unbelievable.
Like half the Democratic Party fucking hates Nancy Pelosi. That's fine.
But they work with her and they don't look to fire her when they.
No, they cut deals because she raises a shit ton of money. But still, I mean, at least you know that they don't really care for her still at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's not about, you go with your party to a certain point, and if you disagree, you disagree. And Liz Cheney stood up and said, I disagree. This is something that has been decided by the American people. The president tried to overthrow it violently, and it didn't work because we're not assholes. And why is everybody, this is what I believe, and everybody believed this a couple of weeks ago too. Everybody here, half the people here were like, yeah, the election's over. He lost. This wasn't stolen. It's over. But no, now she's ousted. I mean, she wants to become a Democrat. Go ahead. Jump ship.
And two thoughts on this. One, I applaud her because she believes what she believes and she's not going to back down. And I think we need a shit ton more of that to get ourselves out of the country. I don't know why I hope that regular Republicans make it known that this is not okay. Like, leave her, if her people in her district want to vote her out, great. That's fine. If they want to do that, that's fine. But you get Republicans in other parts of the country that she doesn't represent being cheering on Trump. That's not, even if you believe, here's what I'm saying. Even if you believe Donald Trump, you believe it was fake, you still shouldn't applaud what they're doing to her because
that's true.
It's wrong and it's got nothing to do with it.
So
second point is, if I were Trump, and by the way, Trump conspiracy theory, big one, coming up on a future episode. So make sure you're subscribed. Facebook or YouTube, subscribe it up. Apple Podcast, whatever, Spotify. Make sure you're following. If I'm Trump, I would fucking drop this already. I don't think this... Because
you're an adult.
No.
He's not an adult, and he doesn't drop shit.
I don't think this has any impact whatsoever on whether or not you get reelected in 24. I don't think it fucking matters.
Of course not. But when you're petty and you can't move on and you like to pick fights with everybody, that's what happens. It just becomes this huge thing, and you can't move on.
I think this is a losing strategy. If I'm him, I'd shut the fuck up for the next 3.5 years, come back storming with my ideas and my policies and my everything, and he could possibly win again. I don't think one has anything to do with the. I don't think he has to keep carrying this on in order to win the presidency again in 2024. And so I don't know why he's doing it.
His ego will not let him fade into the background until 2024. He has to remain in the spotlight. He has to have everybody's attention.
He can still. He can.
He has to turn everybody against the current administration.
By the way, I don't mind him going after Liz Cheney. I don't mind. Again, if I'm running a party, I'd like everybody to get along as much as they can. They can have different opinions, but it'd be great if they didn't campaign against one another. But I don't mind him going after her and her standing her ground. That's fine. If he wants to campaign against her, fine. Again, if I was a Republican in the party, I'd try and stop it. But if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. But the to carry on, like, get your people into place, endorse your people, endorse somebody who's running against Liz Cheney. Fine, great. Endorse candidates for Senate and House and judges and good. Do all that stuff. You could be as loud as you want. Drop the fucking election thing because it's kind of stupid. And I really feel like you're losing Republicans that are kind of like, it doesn't even it doesn't matter. It's fucking over. It's as over as anything as that can ever be.
But if this happened in 2016, if he lost in 2016, we would have heard this then. It would have been him going, oh, it was rigged, it was stolen, they stole it from me. But since he won in 2016, he dropped that whole thing of it being rigged. He was leading up to it in 2016. Before the election, he was saying, watch, it's going to be rigged. It's a rigged system. Hillary wins. It's all rigged. He won, so he dropped it.
You might be right about that.
And now, and then in 2020, he lost. So now it's this big thing. Oh, it's all rigged. They stole it from us. Can you believe it? It's
but
like,
if
you fucking lost.
If you ask me, Liz Cheney is a bastion of fucking hope. That this is the leadership that I've been talking about, that zero other people on the left and the right are exhibiting in our current administrations.
Right.
Zero. Like, nobody else is going against what's in their it is in her best interest to get reelected again, to go along with this, which is basically why all the other flip-floppers are doing it. They don't really fucking believe it, but they believe it'll help them get reelected. She is choosing country over party and self-interest.
That's the way.
That's fucking leadership, and that's what we need more of across the board.
100%.
Ellen is leaving her show, Frankie C.
Ellen is going. That's it. Last year, when is the last?
I didn't mean to cut you off. Do you want to finish that point you were going to make?
No, I was just going to say, Liz Cheney should be hoisted up on the Republican shoulders. This is the person, this is the kind of example that they should follow. But no, they just, whatever Trump says, that's what we're going to do. And he's an average citizen right now. He's not even the leader of the Republican Party anymore.
But Frank.
Yeah, but he's gonna run again, so we got to kiss his ass.
But Frank, what if it's not even Trump that they're all following?
Who
are they following? Is that the conspiracy theory?
Ellen.
Stay tuned. I don't know if we're doing it next episode, but we're doing it.
Is it Caitlyn Jenner?
We're tracking it, and we're doing it. Ellen is leaving her show. I was a little upset with this. I was a little upset. Oh, Frank, we might need a battery change there, big man. Sorry, bud. So Janine, when I first heard this, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Janine still has to hear the Frank's mic gone bad, which is not Frank's fault, by the way.
No, go ahead.
By the way, people watch this show. Did you ever see Frank have a mic issue during Trump's administration?
Never.
Never. Once.
It's kind of amazing, right?
Yeah. When Trump was in office, mics worked all the time. Now that Biden is here,
Frank's like, that's how there's a God.
30 cents for a sauce, and Frank's mic's not working.
An extra caramel sauce.
So Ellen is leaving her show. Now, when I first heard this, I was like, oh, she must be bouncing right away. Nope, bullshit. Turns out that she is ending the show in 2022. You back there, big man?
How's that?
Tap that mic for me. You're good.
Nice.
So she's basically announced like a farewell tour. Like it's going to take another year and a half. Which also,
I thought it was this season.
No, at the end of 2022, which also is incredibly disrespectful to my man Conan, because he's already on his farewell tour.
Yeah, exactly.
In June.
But he's ending. He's already gone.
Still.
He's going to be gone in June. So
wait a year. This is the kind of thing. This is basically like getting engaged at somebody's wedding. Like, don't be a piece of shit. Wait your turn.
That's true. She could have waited till after June.
Yeah, totally, completely, and she did it. But this is after the last summer of like all these changes. Remember, there was lots of
It's been a bad year for the Ellen Show.
Bad year, a really super bad year.
All the accusations of mistreatment and misconduct, and everybody's
people slapping asses. Yeah,
there was sexual misconduct too, alleged, right? I don't know from who or by who or against who.
Little slapping asses. Okay.
Right.
Producers to underlings. They said her too, right? Didn't she have it? You couldn't have a barbecue smell or whatever. Where is she had some
but
issue
not
with?
sexual harassment from Ellen.
Not from
Just
Ellen.
just
No.
harassment.
Just
Generic harassment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which,
Now,
you know what? It doesn't. I'm sorry. Generic harassment never really gets picked up like sexual harassment. And maybe I'm just bitter because of, my past. But, it's like if you ever complain about someone at work, not that I have, honestly, if someone nothing really ever gets done. Like, it's not a big deal.
That's not true.
Where I've seen it not happen all over.
Maybe in your wacky business where there's an HR complaint every other day, and
Right.
the busiest office in that whole building was the HR department.
Janine.
Yeah, I don't think Anthony's listening, right?
no, so I'm waiting for. I thought Janine was going to finish her
No,
point.
that
That
was it.
harassment
That was
is just as bad as sexual harassment and doesn't get rectified as much.
So.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I guess
think
so.
it does. If you complain about if your boss is mistreating you and you go to the HR, something's done. I mean, if not, at the very least, the boss is spoken to by the higher ups and hey, you got to straighten up. That's the very least, I think. It's not like they take the file and throw it in the garbage. Something's done usually. If it's a good HR place, I'm not saying every HR department follows the books. There are some. I'm sure there's a bad one here or there.
But
They do when Janine is involved.
something's going on with Ellen though, because again, she went through all this shit last summer, and then she everybody was just waiting for she went right down the old cancel slide and did not get canceled. And
Something happened, right? What do you think? Something is off.
But she even said in this run of news that she's ending the show that she wanted to get out 3 years ago, and that the affiliates and everybody talked her in, and advertisers talked her into, because the show's a behemoth. They make a ton of money.
Why would she want to get out? To pursue other stuff, or just to retire?
She said she's looking for a new challenge. That it's boring. It's not challenging, which I totally get. I watched that show and
she just sits there and talks. It's like what we do. It's kind of boring.
No, but
fucking boring.
She's
but she's been doing it for 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, and she's a comic. They can't, and she does a lot of hokey shit, which is kind of against what true comedians when you think about a comedian, they blow off any sort of responsibility, any real jobs, to work essentially 20 to 60 minutes a night. That's all they want to do. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the good ones spend all day writing and there is work involved. I'm not taking away from them, but basically they're bucking any sort of real responsibility to goof off and fuck around for an hour a night. When you got a show like that, where you're meeting with things and brands, I mean, that's not what comedians really want to do.
Yeah, but I feel like if it's your show, if you're Ellen, you could reformat. You could be like, listen, this is what I want to do with this show.
But I don't think so, because I think that at a certain point, again, forgive me for saying this, what we're doing is the last bastion where that exists, which is why every comedian has their own podcast now, because this is the last place where you can do whatever you want, exactly how you want it. You go on national television at 3:00, there are fucking rules to follow, no matter how good you are. And Ellen was great at it.
Yeah, no, that's true. You gotta make the sponsors happy. You got writers, you got producers, you got people at the network telling you what to do, and there's a lot of that. I'm sure she's tired of that. But of course, I mean, is she jumping ship because of that, or is she jumping ship because of the allegations and stuff?
Well, she says because of that, but who knows really what the story is. But she's also subsequently, this came out last week. We didn't really get into it because there were too many other topics to talk about. But she's living with Courtney Cox.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw
what
that?
happened to Portia de Rossi?
Isn't that weird? There's something, I don't know.
So she says she's not having any marital problems. She said she sold her house in Beverly Hills and has nowhere to go, and that's why she's shacking up with Courtney Cox. It's not adding up.
Married?
That's just...
They're married, right?
Who's married?
Yeah.
Ellen's married to Portia de Rossi.
Yeah, they're married, right?
Are they not living together?
Well, I guess Portia's there too. I'm not entirely sure, but the article.
So they're going to become a throuple.
Well, that would be something else. Yeah.
But hey, if they're good friends and she has to live, if they sold the house, maybe that's a situation where they sold the house and they couldn't get a place in time to move into.
Okay, how? I mean, how?
They didn't find anything they liked.
Frank, if you
don't
sold
know.
your house and needed to crash by me, I would understand. If you
That's what I'm
had
saying.
200 million in the bank, go to a fucking hotel and live there for 3
Exactly.
months. Like, what are you talking about?
It's kind of true.
Right? I mean,
Yep.
Who the hell wants to live in a hotel for 3 months?
who wants to live in Courtney Cox's house for 3 months? That's awkward.
Right.
Maybe it's a nice house.
I'm sure it's nice. I'm sure Courtney Cox is lovely. I'm sure they're dearest of friends. Frank, how long would you give
10
Janine?
minutes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Janine?
I was going to say Janine and I. I don't think it even mattered to Frank.
You and blank.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
That's too much. Stay for a weekend. You need a week before this, whatever. Okay, fine.
But I'm sure the house is set up so that, again, if Courtney Cox and Ellen and Portia, they didn't want to run into each other, they could probably avoid each other. If I was living in your house, or you were living in my house, we'd be on top of each other at all the time.
I don't know.
You would.
I think something's going on with Ellen here, and there's a lot more to this story.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because it's odd.
What is this Texas to go thing?
Greatest governor in the union would have to be Governor Abbott. He's really turned this shit
Abbott.
around. Remember when he said nobody has to wear masks anymore and everybody hated him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is over. It's in the past because now he has made the to-go alcohol pouches that became famous during the pandemic. This is permanently legal in Texas now.
I mean, he's smart. He's smart. Not gonna lie.
Smart or the
It's a
greatest
decent move.
governor we've ever had in the history of the United States of America.
All right, easy. So now
You know
you
what's-
could walk
you know what's
around
funny?
with those
Yeah.
outside. You could just hang around. You could be out in public with them, I mean.
You can treat
Those, I don't
them
know.
like
I'm
a
sure.
sauce at a fast food place with Janine. There's no end in sight.
You can't drive with them.
That you can't do. But you
Right.
know what? Give Governor Abbott some time. I'm sure he'll figure that out.
Like, not for nothing, to-go alcohol is the best
The greatest thing.
thing ever.
And by the way, drink responsibly. Do not drive.
I can tell you,
No.
since this whole thing, since the beginning of the pandemic, I don't think I've had a to-go. I don't think I've ordered alcohol to go.
What? Well, you're doing something wrong.
I either went to the restaurant and sat down, or I've had my own alcohol. I haven't ordered alcohol to go.
Here's the thing when it's good. When you know you want to go to that good Mexican restaurant, but there's an hour and a half wait, but you're going there for that margarita, you take that margarita, go, bitch. Okay? And you extra salt around the rim.
I know, but I don't really go to restaurants for their alcohol. I go for their food.
Yeah, me either.
At least Janine's consistent.
But I get how people. It's a good thing.
So you never had that conversation? This was my first conversation. Do you guys really do the to-go alcohol? Yeah. How many can I get?
Yeah, exactly. That is a question.
How big are the cups that you were allowed to have?
And the guy was literally like, as many as you want. And I go, it's all legal? He goes, yeah. I go, how many till you judge me? He goes, there's no judgment here. I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
get a trough, motherfucker. Let's do this.
Hey, they charge you extra for to-go alcohol, or it's the same thing?
They did.
No, they don't.
House Bill 1024 allows restaurants and bars with mixed beverage permits and on-site kitchens to sell beer, wine, and mixed drinks for pickup and delivery orders. You know how bad it was? I don't think we wound up doing it. My wife can correct the record on this, but we ordered from a place and they didn't do the drinks for some reason. I forget what it was, or they were out or something. She was dreaming of a margarita from a Mexican place by us. And then I think I almost told... They what? They didn't do to go. They just didn't do it. I don't know what their problem was. But I was like, let's order from another place. And
Yeah, I've done that.
my wife didn't do it, but I was totally willing to do it. Like I was like, just order from the place next door. Who gives a shit? We'll go. You want a margarita? Get a margarita.
Yeah, imagine.
Guilty.
I feel like I'm not a bartender, but if I were a bartender, I have this feeling that they take some pride in how they mix and how it looks and the presentation and all that. And then they just take it and dump it into a little bag.
Yeah, but these little adult Capri Sun pouches, I mean, I think they look good. You're still mixing it all together.
No, they look fine. It's the mix that counts. But, the presentation and everything, and they put a little wedge and they, shake it up and they just go into a jug.
I mean,
that's like,
I definitely did that. I definitely ordered food from someplace and then did margaritas at another before Cuomo, slapped his small limp dick on the table and said, "No alcohol without any food."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By the way,
that kind of changed it up too.
In all seriousness, too, don't you think that every state should do this? Like, we can handle to-go alcohol. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like,
right.
Yeah, it's not like, I mean,
I don't think it has an influence on whether you drive, because you can go to a bar and then get in a car and drive just as easy whether you have to-go alcohol or not. So I feel like to-go alcohol should, especially after the year that our restaurants just had, should really be a permanent thing. I dated a girl whose father was an alcoholic and was intent on having an ice cream truck that sold alcohol. Like, this was this guy's greatest
That's kind of
fucking
smart though too.
And would get hammered every weekend and be like, "Psst, come here." And you're like, "Are you going to tell me the ice cream alcohol truck idea again?" He's like, No. You don't understand. We'll have strawberry daiquiris and we'll have pina colada. And I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. You're going to have all different types.
It's not a bit, you picture the ice cream truck pulling up in front of your house.
Yeah.
You just walk outside, grab a daiquiri and walk back inside.
Well, it's
easy enough.
Even at the time, even though I was trying to get the guy to go to a meeting, I was like, it is a great idea, but it'll never happen. And fast forward to now, and it's kind of like, doesn't it feel
closer.
Like we're a step away from that basically at this point?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's not bad.
Well, we'll see.
Summertime, you go around.
There's another free idea for anyone to pick up.
Right, exactly.
How many times you were outside with whatever going, God, I'd love a beer right now, but I don't have a Corona. I want a Corona. I don't have Corona in the thing. And, and little fucking guy comes down and sell you a Corona with a lime.
I mean, what does it take for them? I mean, you have to be able to drink outside, probably. I mean, you're on your own property. You could drink outside on your own property, right?
That's the thing, yeah. I'm not saying sell it at parks. Yeah,
exactly.
Probably not a great example for kids. Probably have to change the song
maybe.
And make sure the truck looks different,
Nice.
But I don't know. I think there's an idea there.
You change the song to one bourbon, one shot, and one beer, and we're in business.
There you go. And hey, an extra 5 points for not suggesting a Metallica song, which you could have easily done.
Thank God.
I could have.
I'm acknowledging that. I see you, Frank. You did a good job.
Whiskey in the jar. You're welcome.
Jim Cramer farted on the air today. I'm always going to play this stuff.
Oh, play it.
Somebody a couple of weeks ago sent me like a montage of people just farting on the air.
Oh, send it to me.
So fucking funny.
Please send that to me.
So friggin' funny. Okay, here he is. This will
I
play
think that
3
should
times.
be one of our episodes, just that montage.
By the way, somebody else.
I thought you meant just us farting.
That too.
Somebody else is. I have farted on this show and had to go watch back and see if people were able to hear it. They weren't.
I have done it, but I've muted the mic.
Yeah.
I've definitely never done it.
Sure.
Definitely discouraging, Jim, especially after we got some indication earlier in the week.
There it was. Did you hear it? Here it comes.
No.
Yes, I did.
Discouraging, Jim, especially after we got some indication earlier in the week.
You can hear it?
It sounded like someone saying, "All right."
Jim, especially after we got some indication earlier.
That's it. So it was one person.
You think he shat his pants? Is
there video? Can we see him?
Yeah.
His reaction.
Let me show you the video too. Because
I want to see if there's a movement.
He says something, and it looks like he says, "I farted." So here you go.
Oh.
No.
Again, it'll play 3 times.
Yeah, definitely discouraging, Jim, especially after we got some indication earlier in the week that. Definitely discouraging, Jim, especially after we got some indication earlier in the week that. Definitely discouraging, Jim, especially after we got some indication earlier in the week that.
See, it sounds like someone going, "All right."
It's
right.
Yeah, but there's a little
and you can see
there.
he makes like the stink face.
Yeah.
After he does it.
Yeah, definitely does. And finally, last topic, Frankie Minaj.
Yes.
Last episode, Nicki Minaj tweeted some scantily clad photographs of herself being covered up only by pillows. It was to...
That is my pooch.
All right.
That's all right.
It is to announce, we believe, her new record that is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what I love about this. So I showed these photos, and the joke that was written, right, which was, here's the photo of Nicki Minaj. There you go. See?
There we go.
Now, the joke was, I would say, Janine, would you take these photos of Frank in these poses? That was the joke. Like that.
Why did you go to that, by the way? Where did that come from?
What do you mean?
Like, what made you want me to do that?
No, because that was the joke. The only reason why we brought this up was so that I can make that joke that I would start that sentence and people would think that I'd be asking Janine to pose the way Nicki Minaj did, but I'd be asking Janine to have Frank pose,
I see.
take pictures. See, that was the bit.
A little 180 on the left turn.
It was misdirection, which is also used in humor, right? Not that I want people to think that we write jokes for this show, because then they'd have a really bad opinion of it. Be like, wow, they're trying, and look how bad it is.
We're not trying.
But anyway, that was the joke, and that was the whole purpose. And that became, Frank, would you do this? And he was like, yes. And then I said, how many comments would it take? And you said
20.
And I stopped counting around 100 people who confirmed that they want to see Frankie Minaj.
Was there anybody who was like, please God, no?
Nope. Not one.
I think your wife.
Me.
Frank's burner account.
Nobody wants to see this.
So now we're furiously looking for heart-shaped pillows.
Yeah, if I don't have to buy the pillows, then maybe.
Show can buy the pillows for you. That's an easy one.
Who keeps the pillows after I'm done with them?
You. I don't think anybody else wants to touch them.
Nice. Hey, I get some pillows out of it.
But I think the question is this something where we have to legitimately have Janine take the photos of you?
Doesn't have to be Janine.
And then, but also, I'll be there to film the whole behind the scenes, and we make a whole bit out of it.
I feel like this is a quick photo, and we move on.
Or
does this have to be a giant behind the scenes?
Or you and your wife, do it this weekend. Get the pictures taken.
Get me the pillows.
Well, here's the other thing. And Janine, I'll ask you, because Frank, you're out of this decision-making process, basically. Do we need heart-shaped pillows, or will any two pillows do?
I think we need heart-shaped pillows.
Otherwise, what the hell are we doing?
Okay. All right.
And I'm telling you, get me that. How much is a Frankie neon sign?
Yeah, we can't get neon made up.
Franki is all I need, like Nikki.
And we also can't get Chanel candy in that size that she has on her desk either. But we need you on a desk with a couple of pillows.
Can we get a leather padded desk?
I don't have. Do you have Crocs, Frank?
I don't have.
Oh
Crocs.
God, no.
Because she is
Please,
wearing.
God, don't tell me you do.
She is wearing pink.
I don't.
Crocs.
I have gray. What are they called? Skechers slip-on shoes.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, do we go with this idea, or do we go with just regular throw pillows and gray slippers on your regular desk? Like, is it funnier to not go this exact route, but just replicate the exact pose? You have to be fully nude. Fully nude.
If I'm wearing something underneath, nobody's going to know.
People will know.
They will not.
They're going to know.
If you're wearing a sock on your member.
You can have a sock.
Oh my, the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah. But look at this one. There's two pictures. We need two pictures. And you have to
First, wait, let me stop for a second.
You got to be showing your cleave.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to massage my head because my hair hurts when it's on that side.
Your hair hurts?
Yeah, I have because I have a part, so it hurts me right now.
All right.
I get wild at night with my hair.
Okie doke. And we're back. Aunt, what were you saying?
I don't know. I forgot now.
All right. There was two photos.
Two photos. No, because you threw me off with the hair thing. My hair was hurting.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know. You ever get I could push my head.
My head hurts.
I could push my head, nothing. But if I lightly touch my hair, it hurt. You ever have that? Yeah. What is that?
Your head hurts. You feel because it's achy or something. You probably have a beginnings of like a cold or something.
Yeah, achy. But if I push put force, nothing. If I lightly just move my hair, it hurt. What was that? What is that?
I don't know.
You get that, Janine?
Yes, I do.
It's a
get that
defect in the
sometimes.
clones.
It's
When
a
they
defect.
cloned
Well,
you, that's
I
the
think
hair
because
hurts.
we didn't get the shot, but Frank did, so maybe that's why.
I did get the shot, but that was like 2 weeks ago. So I mean, my hair never hurt before that.
All right, Frank. Nicki is supposedly dropping the album on Friday. I think this would be tremendous. This is the other part of not getting the pillows. If we can get this on Friday, is that a possibility? Without the pillows,
I have two throw pillows, but
that's what I'm saying. Could you use your throw pillows and you and your wife recreate this exact shoot?
I'm sure something. It won't
And
be.
you have to put
know,
your dog strategically placed over your penis.
That won't happen.
No,
But
please
thanks.
don't have your dog involved with anything.
No,
your
that won't
penis.
happen. But we can get close. It won't be exact. There's no. I don't have much pink in the house.
No. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what she said.
Exact.
That's what she said.
Exact pose. You got glasses on. You got slippers on. You're on a desk or table, whatever.
She's wearing glasses.
Yeah, she's wearing glasses. Sunglasses. She's wearing sunglasses in one. I'll send you the pose. You have
Send
to
me both. Am I doing both pictures or just one?
both. We need both. There's one. There's the other one.
Oh God.
And again, like you don't need a Frankie thing behind you, but your coats thing I think would look tremendous behind you on top of the table.
Yes.
Get creative with it. You know you're a
Agreed.
creative
Come on,
guy.
Frank.
Man, I don't have Venetian blinds either.
Yeah, or you don't have pink walls, but that's okay. Does your wife have a Chanel bag? Because it'd be great to throw that somewhere in the back.
I
Yeah,
don't
right,
think so.
exactly.
We could fake that, or
That's what she
I think I
said.
might have like a pink, maybe sheet or blanket or something I could put up.
I'll do it up, and then this one you have to kind of be pretending to choke yourself a little bit. See?
Oh, so a regular Friday.
Oh, hi.
Hi-yo.
Oh, God.
boy.
Ew, Frank.
Got that kink though.
Joke. I joke.
All right, so can we expect this? Can you reveal the
Maybe.
photos on Friday's episode?
Maybe.
No, come on. We need a commitment.
Hey,
The audience.
you didn't give me the conspiracy theory.
What conspiracy theory?
You said there's a big Trump conspiracy theory coming up on the next episode.
but we will. We don't have time now. We've been going for almost an hour and 40 minutes. Got to end the show.
That's true. Anyway, I got to see if I can get it all together. We got a lot of stuff going on. But
Come
maybe.
on. Come on. Promise the audience. We left you off the hook with the hat.
I don't want to promise in case something happens and I can't do it.
People
But
will be
I'm gonna
disappointed.
try. I'm gonna try.
How much effort are you going to put into us? Like a Frank try or a normal person
Frank
try?
No, I'm not putting more effort into this than I would anything.
I think you and your wife could have a good time. A little party after the photos are done. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a guarantee. But
No,
whether or not the photos happen,
Come on. You can't put this together?
I could probably put this together.
Yeah, where's your wife? Can I speak to your wife?
Aaron,
Don't make me text her. Thank you.
we're still on. Can you come in?
She doesn't have to be on camera if she doesn't want to be. I
You
know
don't have to
women
be on camera if you don't want to.
are touchy about that.
But go ahead, what were you asking? I'll relay.
First, I want to know if she can flip all her hair in front of her face.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, can she hear me?
No, I'll relay.
All
Let me
right.
see. She could hear you if I do that. She's not. No, you're not. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
there you go. All right, Erin.
Yeah.
Okay. So Frank, we asked the audience. Frank said he needs 20 comments to do the Nicki Minaj pose. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
I stopped counting at 100.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's very popular.
Yeah.
What?
She wants it to happen.
Oh, this is why I love this. I've always liked her more than you. I don't know if the audience knows that.
me too.
That's no contest.
So Frank is pulling a Frank, trying to get out of it. I asked if this is something because we believe Nicki's dropping the new music on Friday. If this is something that could be put together for Friday's show.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of got when he said 20 comments that he's deep down he wanted to do it. It wasn't especially high number, you know.
Yeah, but I'm worried that he's not going to be. He's telling us now that he doesn't know if he can pull it off. It's just you and him. You have to take the pictures of him, and he's like, I don't know if we could do it by Friday.
I don't get it. Why? What? Do you not want to do it?
Frank, for those listening, Frank is throwing every face or eye. He's squinting. He's doing everything short of flat out blinking at her. Be like, don't agree to this.
No, I was saying, we got a lot of stuff going on next couple of days. Can we get this together with pillows and the whole thing? We get it together in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Again, before you answer, Aaron, use your own throw pillows, your own slippers, your own glasses. We're not requiring you to use any item outside of your home.
Does he get his neon sign out of it?
He gets the coat rack.
We have.
No, I don't get anything out of this except, they're not getting me pillows. They're not getting me a neon sign. I get nothing.
Would have gotten you pillow. My wife just said she can get you pillows, but we can't get it by Friday. And
I understand. That's fine. I just wanted to get something.
Yeah, give me the sign. Give me something.
Okay, my wife just said if we can Amazon Prime you pillows by Friday, we will. But I don't want that to hang on whether this is done or not. If the pillows get there, great. If they don't get there, you can still use your own pillows.
Well, you don't worry about the pillows. I'll use my own pillows.
The show can afford pillows. We got our $30 back from the sink guy.
All right.
Don't worry about the pillows.
I think it'll be great.
So, Aaron, we have your audience has your word. You can do it by Friday?
Yep.
Golden. I'd also like to have Aaron co-host on Friday. If we can have that moving forward from Friday on, that'd be great.
So I have to be in this picture, and then I'm off the show on Friday. So that's great. What a great deal this is turning out.
No, you're off the show starting on Friday. You misheard.
Oh, okay.
And if you want extra caramel, fuck you.
Throwback from before.
I can't wait to read all the comments that are like, I can't believe caramel pumps is where Janine is taking her stand. Like, that is literally hysterical to me.
I bet you more people are going to agree with me than you think. Watch.
Maybe.
Watch.
Quite possibly.
I got to get this together. I don't know if this is going to be crazy.
I don't understand. You have to sit on a desk and hold pillows above you. What do you have to get together? What's so difficult?
You know me. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it. I want to make it look good.
You will.
I don't want because I don't have a desk ready. I don't, what am I sitting on? I don't know.
You have tables in your home. I know. I've seen tables.
Exactly. I'm not just going to sit on my table. I want to make it look like, it's not going to be the Nicki Minaj photo, but I want it to look similar in
I have confidence you'll get it close enough. If you put a sign behind you, you hold pillows, you're wearing the thing, you're naked, glasses in one, choking yourself a little bit, just barely cover the cleave, you'll be fine. It's all
I want to do
great.
this.
I'm willing to hand the reins over.
No. It's got to be Frank. It's got to be Frank. Too many people would want to see Janine, and only like 3 people really want to see Frank. So that's why it's funny.
As I recall, you said you stopped counting at 100. So
yeah, I know,
he
but
was being nice.
Is that not the real number?
it
was like 150.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Was it over 100 realistically?
One person did it like 20 times on her own. Like literally commented 20 times that they want to see it. They want to see it. They want to see it. I thought
You're
it was
welcome.
Hysterical.
All right. Well, we'll see. This is going to be a hell of a couple of days.
I think this is going to be the greatest. Up until 2 hours ago, somebody was like, I want the Frankie Minaj thing.
Yep.
I
mean, I can't rap like her. Janine's ready to go.
Oh, she dropped it on that note.
Yeah.
Even my husband texts me. Where are
leaving?
You?
Are we leaving it there?
Yeah, look, this was like one person. Look.
Yep.
Just kept writing Frankie Minaj, Frankie Minaj, Frankie Minaj.
Frankie Minaj.
Yeah.
Well, anybody who wants to see me, I'm sorry if this is going to be disappointing.
Frankie Minaj, next episode. We'll see you all then. Make sure you like the video on Facebook or YouTube. If you're on Apple Podcasts, rate and review. If you're on Spotify, like our podcast. If you're on any of the other things, you don't have to do anything.
Click the thumbs up, people.
Thumbs up. Many, many thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. AnthonyOnAir.com has all our links, including to our shop. Grab a t-shirt or tote bag or a mug.
Or mask.
Love you. Catch you on the next one.